So I've struggled for most of my life comparing myself to my friends and people around me. And I still do, to be honest. I still do. I'm going to be honest. And I want to share with you a realization that I had not too long ago that was incredibly helpful. And so if the typical, very superficial stuff that we hear online doesn't work for you, which I'm sorry if I triggered some people, but if you're like the rest of us, if you're a human being, and if you realize that you keep going through this experience, then this might be helpful. So here's the thing. I've gone to a lot of courses in personal development, inner work, that kind of thing, and a lot of retreats. So I have a ton of friends who are coaches and who are in the world of spiritual healing, spiritual work, spiritual teaching. So I have a ton of friends who do similar stuff to what I do. And I love making videos. I think you realize that by now. I love making videos and sharing ideas and trying to help through what I share. And what I sometimes struggle a lot with is comparing myself to my friends who do similar things. And here's what I want to give you as an example. For example, I have friends who share incredible wisdom, ridiculous levels of wisdom through their work, through videos or writing. And I've tried at times, because I love that type of wisdom and knowledge. I love that information, and I've tried to share it in a similar way, but it doesn't come out that way. It doesn't come out that way. It's not natural for me to speak that way. Even though I love what people label like woo-woo shit or whatever, I love that, and it's incredibly helpful, depending on where it's coming from, of course. But if it resonates with you, it's been incredibly helpful for me. Like I said, there's one friend that I have, an actual friend of mine, who the level of wisdom that he shares is, in my opinion and experience, how can I say this without offending a lot of people, is, I don't know how to say it, even like a higher level of wisdom than what you see in most spiritual teachers out there, popular spiritual teachers. Okay, I might offend some people with that, and here's the thing, I'm actually working with him one-on-one right now. And the sessions are ridiculous, are incredibly helpful. But like I said, when I try to share it that way, it doesn't come out that way. I would have to maybe have notes and prepare for my video and practice or whatever. But it's not the way that I want to share what I want to share. Because here's what I realized. I also have other friends who share similar things, like incredible levels of wisdom, like really, really next level stuff. And what I realized is that sometimes we compare ourselves to those people, and we're actually on different paths. I see myself more of maybe like a bridge between maybe self-development and spirituality. So I know I criticize self-development a lot, and I'm sorry, but that's my experience. I'm trying to be compassionate and loving, but I see a lot of things that haven't been helpful for my journey and my clients and people that I work with and people that I talk to and friends. And I'm not overly spiritual with what I share, even though maybe the energy behind it, the concepts and maybe the wisdom behind it could be considered that way. But I don't know, I see myself maybe more as a bridge, as an entry level for people that are curious about these topics, whatever, however you want to label me or see me. So here's the path that I enjoy, the path that I see myself in, the direction that I want to go in, and I was forcing myself to go in the direction that my friends are going because I really look up to them. Their work blows my mind and is the best work that I've seen. So I try to go in that direction. And it's not me, it's not who I am, it's not, I might evolve in that direction over time. I have no idea, I have no clue. I'm open to it. I'm not going to resist whatever changes feel natural for me. But right now, this is a path that I enjoy and that feels good to me. And that I actually receive beautiful feedback from people that it's helping them. So the other thing that I was thinking, comparing ourselves to our friends, I've always been fascinated by people that are incredibly intuitive. And it actually, a part of me has always been jealous of that. And same thing, I have friends who are ridiculously intuitive, like crazy level intuition. And there's a part of me that's jealous of that. I'm going to be fully honest with you. There's a part of me that's actually jealous of that. And it's not like, I say this in all my videos, when I say that people sometimes try to coach you through it and try to help you, it's not like I sit down with a journal and think of how I'm jealous of that person. It's just natural feelings and emotions that come up. Whether you want to see it like that's your wounded inner child, that's a part of you that feels unworthy, however you want to see it, but it's naturally coming up and I'm not resisting it. I'm not over analyzing it. I'm just feeling what comes up. So I feel a little bit of jealousy when I see my friends who are incredibly intuitive, and at the same time, it's been a fascinating journey for me to have friends reflect back to me how intuitive I am. And reflect back to me other gifts. What I get most from my friends and people is how compassionate I am. And at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, oh, fuck it. I want another gift. I want one of those crazy psychic gifts, psychic abilities. I want my third eye to be able to do crazy stuff, and I want my intuition, and I don't know, I want to see into the future or whatever. So there's a part of me that's like, I don't want that boring compassion gift. I want something else. And what I also realized, when we're jealous of other people, we're not, at the same time, we're not realizing the gifts that we already have. And when we're comparing ourselves to our friends too much, that was the intended topic of this video, we're not recognizing, we're not remembering, we're not actually seeing the value that we already do have. And of course, your friends are going to have different gifts, because I love there's kind of two analogies that we could use here. One is the spectrum of colors in the rainbow, or actually all colors. There's different tones, I guess. I don't know what other word to use for every color. There's different spectrums within the rainbow, and each color, each tone is necessary for the whole picture and to have the whole thing. And when it comes, the second analogy that I could think of is a puzzle. Every piece of the puzzle matters, and I always say that when it comes to like even the world, that you are a piece of puzzle of humanity. We all matter. We all bring a little gift, not little, but you know what I mean, a little piece to that puzzle, to the world. And of course, people are going to have different gifts that you have, but if you're always recognizing the gifts in everyone else and never in yourself, that might just be showing you the little imbalance, that we could use a little more recognition of our own gifts, our own value, our own beauty. But at the same time, I always say we can't force it. If right now you feel like shit, and right now if you feel inferior to anyone else, and just first recognize that. I love using the phrase, get real about how you feel so that you can heal. Thank you, Candace Van Dale, for that one. And I think, let me take a breath here. I think the fact that we don't have the gifts that we wish we had. I was thinking something else funny about my intuition. Like, it's funny that I look back and I'm like, holy crap, I was really intuitive with that, or I was really intuitive there, or I was really, it's crazy how in some ways I was actually guided in incredible ways, but I didn't see that at the time, because I think in some ways, like, I want my intuition to like text me or something. I want to get an email from my intuition with the exact instructions as to what to do in my life, the exact instructions as to what the best decision will be right now with what I'm facing in life. And I want to get that like through a text or an email it's funny how sometimes intuition might never meet our expectations. We hope and we expect to get it in a specific way, and it might never be that way. So it's kind of funny to because I've gone through courses and programs on how to awaken your intuition, and it's like nothing ever works. But if I look at my life, it's like, holy cow, I'm actually pretty intuitive. So it's something else to consider, something to think about. I don't have any answers. I just give you a little bit of food for thought so that hopefully it helps. I think in my videos, I like to drop little seeds. We don't need to force anything. We let the seed germinate. Then you look back and you're like, you know what? I like this approach. I like this way of looking at things. I like this different perspective. And you realize you're not even forcing it. It's doing the work for you. So I hope one of the seeds that I've dropped today helped. If you want more of these, then join a little private group. What you can do is you can go to my website, gonzalocorts.com, join the newsletter, and then you'll hear about how to join our private group. So gonzalocorts.com. I hope this helped. If it was helpful, and if you watched this far, please give it a little thumbs up so that the algorithm helps me out a little bit. So it helps more than you can imagine. I would really appreciate it. And I hope it helps. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.